Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Requester Team Training webinar. My name is Peter, and I'm a Technical Support Associate here at Upkeep. Today, we're going to dive into the ins and outs of this product for a requester on the web application. So for our agenda today, we'll go over what the role of a requester is and cover how to navigate the web application as this user. Then we'll learn how to create work order requests and view the status on them. And finally, at the end, I'll provide some support resources to provide additional guidance. So let's talk about the role overview of a requester. So to start off, these users' single main function is to submit work order requests and check the status on them. These are free users, and they do not require a paid user license, such as an admin or a technical user. And there's no limit to how many requesters you can have in your account. An example of this could be a tenant in an office building who can use this app to report any maintenance issues for their floor or office. So now that we know what the role of a requester is, let's go over how to navigate the app as this user. So first thing is to know that when you first get set up as a requester, your team admin sends you an invite email. And once they do that, on the left-hand side, you'll receive an email like this. And then the body message, click into this blue link. And once it does that, then it takes you to this page, like on the right-hand side, where you can put in your name and password. And after you filled out those credentials, you can log in with your email as your username and your newly created password. Okay, so let's go over some general navigation here. This is how the page looks like on the web application for requesters. You can see there's only one tab here where it says requests. If you click here on the top right-hand corner where it says it's your profile icon, you can click on view profile. I can do things like change my password. If I want to make any edits to any of this information, like my name or phone number, I can click on these three dots, click on edit profile, make those changes there. If I want to change some of my email notifications, I can just toggle on and off this button. Say if I just want email updates on requested work orders, I can leave that check mark, and the others I can uncheck mark. And to go back to the main page, you can just click on this Upkeep logo right here on the top left-hand side. This is where your queue of requests are. And if you want to filter them, we have a filtering option where you can sort your submitted work order requests by its status, by its priority, for instance. There's also additional fields you can filter it. You can do it by date as well. You can sort these work order requests further by its created date or when it was last updated. And then when your work order requests, when they're approved and turned into actual work orders, you can see them by, if it's reactive, it means it's a one-time work order created. Repeating means it's a recurring work order on a schedule. And in any part of this, if you need help on just more navigation or have questions in general, on the bottom left-hand corner, you can click on that question mark icon, and then you can talk to one of our technical support experts, and we'll be more than happy to help you with any questions or troubleshooting you need help with. Okay, so let's talk about the main thing here, which is to create work order requests and also how to check the status on them. Okay, so to create a request, you want to go here where it says plus request in that blue oval. Once I click into it, then it takes you to this online form where you can fill out all the necessary fields. Let's say I want to create one, HVAC needs repair. I can put further details into it in this description box. I can put things like a priority level. If it's urgent, I can mark it as high. If it's not, then I can mark it as low. I'll just put it as medium for now. And then I can put things like an image or a file. The max size is the limit for this would be 10 megabytes. And then let's go ahead and see how that looks like. So I'll just use the Upkeep logo as just like a test example. And once that's in there, it'll show right in this file section. Things that have a red asterisk, like this one right here next to location, means it's a required field. So if you don't fill these out, it's not going to allow you to submit the work order requests. So make sure those are filled in. And then anytime you put in a location, you have to choose the one from the dropdown. And once it's selected, the name will appear. And then if there are fields that don't apply to you, then it's not necessary. But whatever you see on my screen, the request form could look a little different the way your team admin sets it up. They can remove some of these fields. For instance, if you don't need to put an asset, they have the power to do that. But they also have the option to make fields required. So anytime you need trouble or have questions about some of the fields, like, hey, why is my address not showing up in the location? Consult with your team admin. Okay, so for this test one, let's go ahead and submit it. And then it's created when this green message appears on the top right-hand side. And then what this happens is once you submit a work order request, it'll appear in your pending approval view. So that means that it's going to be reviewed by your admin to either approve it into an actual work order, or it can be declined as well. And if it's declined or rejected for any reason, your team admin has the ability to put in the reason why. So let's go ahead and click into this. And then this is where you can see the details I've inputted. If I want to make any comments on these, I simply just go to the update section and I can put some comments under the update notes. Hey, what is the turnaround time on this? I can also send it an image update as well. Or you can also export these as like a PDF if you want to. So I'm just gonna send that comment. That means the team admin will receive that. Now, when I click out of this, let's say I want to see my prior submitted work order request that was already approved, but maybe I just want to know like what the status on those is. I can just simply click on the X mark of this status pending approval filter. And once that does that, it will show you all the past history of submitted work order requests. And as you can see, the different statuses here. Open means that your work order request has been approved, but work hasn't been done on yet. So it's just an open request. On hold can mean that perhaps work was being done, but it's just temporarily on hold because something came up. In progress means that your request is being actively worked on as we speak. It's currently in progress. And once your request has been finished, resolved, or fixed, then it'll show up here as closed. And in any time, if I want to see just a specific status, for instance, I just want to look at my open work orders. And I can just click here on this checkmark box. By default, whenever you log in, it'll always be in the pending approval view. So just keep that in mind. And then let's say I want to look at my work order requests that were rejected or declined. Then I can just click here. And then again, the admin has the option to provide a reason why. And then some reasons could be maybe it was a duplicate request or more information needs to be inputted in order for it to go through. Those could be reasons why an admin declines it. All right, so that is work order request and just a general overview of what a requester does. Here are some support resources to provide some additional guidance in case you need more help or have general questions. And that wraps up our webinar. So thank you for tuning in. I hope this was helpful, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.